Nothing seems more natural or straightforward than for an agricultural researcher or extension agent to talk with farmers. Yet involving farmers as partners in agricultural research requires communication skills which may be quite different from those which come naturally to us in everyday conversation. This is just as true whether we work with groups of farmers or with individuals. The skills which we are going to present here are essentials of good communication with one farmer or with many farmers. Communication skills can be used to encourage farmers to freely express their opinions, doubts and criticisms, whether they are planning and setting priorities together, testing technology and on-farm trials, or evaluating results to provide researchers with valuable feedback about the acceptability of a proposed innovation. Only in a relationship of trust based on honest communication, undistorted by deference, fear or politeness, can researchers, extension agents and farmers be active partners in agricultural research. Communication skills for participatory research with farmers. Conscientious use of these essential skills is important for building a high-quality relationship of trust and confidence with farmers, especially when the researcher and the farmer come from different social backgrounds. Let's observe a conversation between a group of researchers and a farmer. What can you tell about the relationship the farmer has with these researchers? For fear of offending the researcher, farmers may be very cautious about expressing their true opinions, or farmers may be suspicious, believing that researchers have some hidden motives that may actually harm them directly. Even when farmers are not fearful or suspicious, they will often defer to what they believe to be the view of the researcher. Because the researcher or extension agent is an outsider, farmers are likely to see them as social superiors to whom deference is due. Subconsciously, the outsiders may share and even reinforce this deferential relationship.
And each of the 150 families lives on its own lot? They agreed to decide together on crop types?
In this situation, farmers will look for clues about what the outsider is thinking and will express opinions that they think the outsiders want to hear.
What do you do with the trial layout? How do you work? No. What's the relationship regarding area expansion? How do they interact with you? Through consultation, or do they learn only from what you say to them?
In conversations like the ones we are observing, it is quite usual for researchers to give farmers advice, or even lecture them. But this everyday conversational behaviour is counterproductive in participatory research. The pictures you have just seen were taken of a group of trainees before they received training in communication skills. Today, after participating in this training, they are all more effective communicators. How you position yourself physically in relation to the farmers you are working with is an important technique for communicating respect and a serious intent to learn from farmers. To observe this, let's compare the two interactions which follow. What does the body language in these examples communicate? Physical distance is a non-verbal way of communicating the degree of equality between us, or how much we trust someone. How closely we are placed in relation to the people we want to communicate with affects our tone of voice and our ability to interpret facial expressions. Farmers will often position themselves at whatever is defined by them as an appropriate distance for showing deference. Closing this physical distance improves the communication that can occur. We can divide the face-to-face communication skills useful for participatory research into two types of techniques, those for asking questions and those for listening. How you listen to farmers is just as important as what you ask. Listening skills help us to communicate that we are interested in what the speaker has to say. The way a listener signals interest varies from culture to culture, but often involves body language, as we can observe in the following examples. What kinds of listening behaviors do you observe?
Okay, group, I would like to ask you how you feel. Yes. After we look at what we are going to do, we'll take some time later on to discuss these questions. But Adelmo, what did you do here? Well, I planted it like you told me, applying the technique. No, come on. You had to plant quickly so not to lose the time, the semester.
Listening skills and body language that improve face-to-face communication can be quite different in different cultures. The important body language skills for participatory research with farmers are ones which enable researchers to communicate respect for farmers and to build the relationship of trust and confidence needed for truly working in partnership. For effective communication with farmers, we can use different types of questions to encourage farmers to exchange their ideas freely and to help them explain their ideas more fully to us and to each other. One type of question which encourages free expression is the open-ended question, in which the speaker does not state an opinion and does not imply that there is a correct answer. It is extremely important in participatory research for outsiders to establish their neutrality, so that farmers don't simply say whatever they think the outsiders would like them to. Open questions help you to communicate your neutrality on any particular topic. The opposite to an open question is the leading question, which we often use in everyday conversation to try and get the listener to agree with our point of view. In this dialogue, the extension agent is asking a leading question, which conveys a criticism.
This seedbed is sort of poor, isn't it?
This makes the farmer feel he has to agree.
Well, yes, it looks pretty bad. It has not been well kept, well organized. Yes, sir, it's poorly kept. You're right, doctor.
Dialogue with open questions uses phrases like, "What do you think?" or "What is your opinion?" Questions like these stimulate farmers, whether individually or in a group, to express and explain their ideas and opinions. Probing is a communication technique which combines being a good listener with asking open questions. This encourages spontaneous communication within an individual or in a group. One probing technique is to rephrase or summarize something of particular interest that has already been said and ask for confirmation.
I think it's very good because if we are going to test this variety, it has good tillers. And what does tiller mean to you? The onion sprouts faster with water.
Probing using a keyword is another useful technique for checking whether you have understood a point of view that has been expressed by a farmer, or that seems to be the general feeling in a group discussion. This involves repeating a keyword from what has just been said in the form of a question.
Okay, what I understood is that the more leaves the plant has, the better, thicker, and juicier it's going to be. It's going to be juicier and give higher yields. Good communication, which engenders confidence and the necessary acceptance of participatory research, requires good listening skills, appropriate body language, and different questioning techniques. Effective use of these communication skills encourages farmers to freely express their ideas and is essential in making farmers feel part of that research.